Okay, so I've already seen this trailer, but I wanted to be able to do something like this before, and I didn't have the ability to because of this stand. So I'm going to react to the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 trailer, and I have to wear headphones because of copyright reasons, because I don't want this video to be taken down. I may have to set this somewhere. I do this, like down here, because I was not prepared as per usual and did not put my headphones on, and I cannot do it with two hands because they're defective. Okay, so I guess I didn't say, but I'm sure you read the title of this video that this is going to be a reaction to the Hunger Games Mockingjay trailer. I usually don't use these headphones, but I thought they were perfect for this video because they're Mockingjay. Sometimes I go into this voice and I don't know why. Okay, let's press play. It's like loud. That was overreaction, but oh, Panem. Katniss. Those white roses make me angry. Oh. Lionsgate logo with creepy music. So, Seymour Hoffman. Oh, I forgot to say, you can watch this too. So much death in this book. Cressida. Finnick. That line is so cheesy but true. I don't want to wait this long. Katniss being a leader. The global phenomenon. Gale. Who remembers this tar? I don't remember the tar at all. Pram. You go, Peeta, even though I don't usually like you. Finnick. Bombs. Finnick, no! Finnick and the Mutts. The Mutts are creepy. Hug. He is Finnick and Eddie's wedding! Coin. What is that? Oh, the parachutes. Just snow. The Mutts are terrible. Tigress! Okay, I don't know if you could hear it like a little bit through my... Okay, so I'm gonna kind of go through this. So we get this like opening shot of, which is, I think I've seen it before, of kind of like the train tracks that go over Panem, but this time the city is burning and the city is just in chaos, as always happens with a rebellion. I like this trailer, although I have heard some people's arguments of why they don't like this trailer, and I agree, kind of. They're saying that Peeta is acting, and a lot of the people in this trailer are acting like Snow is this new enemy, if that makes sense. Like, Snow is this new thing and we have to kill him, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, this is like such a heightened moment now, but it's really just, it's come to the point that he has to go. And they've gone through so much. Oh, I forgot to clean up for that one video. But they've tried to do so much, and he's gone too far this time. And I understand that this is the last movie, we're trying to kill Snow, we're trying to get all that done, but it is kind of true. Like, why all of a sudden does it, all the deaths don't matter unless Snow's dead? Like, and that's kind of not really a Peeta statement. I don't remember if that's in the books. I'm very excited for Finnick and Annie's wedding because they're like one of my favorite couples ever. And literally, if I could be any fictional character, I'd be Annie Cressida, just because of her strength, her charisma, her passion, her love, her understanding, and her just all around goodness. Like, the reason why Annie, I don't think she went crazy, I think she had PTSD, but the reason why Annie became, I guess in the books how they call her crazy, is because she was so good that she couldn't believe killing someone. She was so kind-hearted that having to watch and endure so much of what she had to endure caused her major trauma and major issues. And if you think, like, I've done some research really into her because she's one of my favorite characters of all time, that when they were cutting off her district partner's head, they didn't do it like a clean sweep. It was like slow, and she was forced to watch it. And I love how she had the most tragic story ever. And she had, like, okay, first, she gets thrown into the games as a person who doesn't even believe in killing anyone, falls in love with Finnick Odair, who she wins and becomes a victor and becomes considered crazy and stripped from so many rights and things that the average person gets. Like, she can't have opinion because, oh no, she's crazy Annie Cresta. And everybody knows her story, and she feels threatened by Snow. And then there's Finnick, who she loves, but she can never be with as far as things are now because Snow wants Finnick to be eligible and Finnick to look like he's not attached to anyone. And she knows what's going on to Finnick, and she thinks she's crazy and deals with all of these things and deals with seeing things and not getting the proper care because it doesn't seem like the capital. First, they consider the games like this amazing thing so they wouldn't treat PTSD, but it doesn't seem like they take PTSD as a thing that could happen. That because something so horrific, they don't see it as horrific, they see it as entertainment. And then when she finally gets her husband, she loses him to lizards, which, okay, this is kind of my feeling, but it really, really gets me because all through the book, Snow is seen as like this snake, this evil, like almost like lizard man, and then Finnick dies saving his friends with lizard nuts. Like, that's hard for me to say that he dies because I love him so much. Like, I will cry when I think about it, and I'm not going to. But and then she knows she's pregnant and she can't tell him, and so she loses the person that makes her feel sane and makes her feel loved and makes her feel like the world is turning, and is thrust into this world she doesn't know, with people she hasn't really been friends with a baby that depends solely on her. But you don't see Annie, like, crying about, yeah, she cried, she kind of sucks, but you would cry too. It's not like, if I were her, if anyone else were her, they'd be a blubbering mess. But Annie is strong in her own way. She is hilarious, she's kind, there's so many things that I love about her, plus Finnick Odair. Okay, so let's get back to this. So there's this, like, shot of the Pan Am and the capital, and then we move on to Snow. Who are the ladies that are with him? Like, I remember the Avoxes, but I don't remember these, like, councilmen or councilwomen that are with him, and they seem to, like, talk to him, like, in the trailers and stuff. It may have been something they added in the movie, but I really don't remember in the books. But I read the books years ago. And it's kind of this, what's really kind of a dynamic that's cool in the books is that though there are only a couple scenes where Snow and Katniss outright are talking to each other, they're constantly communicating through other people and symbols, and like the white rose. Katniss knows what that means. Katniss knows what that stands for. And it's just amazing. I love their dynamic even though I hate Snow. Let me see what this can play again. Play. Our internet failed. Google Fiber failed. Oh yeah, I also have a Chromebook. I'm gonna switch hands. Oh, it's gonna reload. Thank you. It's angry with me. It says experiencing interruption. I like this scene with Katniss walking through the doors with Snow and finding the white rose. It's really symbolic and really cool. I popped my wrist. I don't know how. Lionsgate symbol like usual. Philip Seymour Hoffman is bittersweet because as much as I love him as an actor and I think he really brought great life to his character, I know the turmoil inside of him and how much trouble, and I don't want to say trouble, but like how much of a good man that we lost with him. Our future starts tomorrow. And then I like this where Katniss is like leading this group of people and you can see the peacekeepers watching them. The traps. I like how Cressida is kind of in more scenes than she is. Okay, Finnick's line. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 75th Annual Hunger Games. I wish that they could give it to someone else. Because, I mean, it means a lot coming from him, from how much at least a movie watcher will know. But the movie watcher who hasn't read the books is not going to know what that really means. Like, okay, there's a game, there's been a game, and the games are not necessarily the actual game. It's this mind battle that Snow has put everyone under, and you could lose your life in this mind battle. And it seems so cheesy the way they said it, and I know what they mean, that yes, we're out of the games, but we're still in the games, but it just seems so cheesy, and they use it in every line, and I don't think that would come to Finnick's mouth. I mean, it could just be in like smart little quip that he would do, but I can't imagine Finnick like, welcome to the 75th Annual Hunger Games. I don't think he would take that lightly, especially with what he's gone through with Annie and everyone. And I guess, like, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this overview of the table, that's kind of, I don't remember the technology being this extensive in, like, the Hunger Games series, like, you know in Catching Fire when she's, like, shooting arrows, but you can kind of see, like, this map. Then we move on to Effie. I really like their addition of Effie. And I like this scene of Katniss leading everybody because it kind of shows that she's the Mockingjay now. She's the real deal. And you can see the thousands and millions of people there ready for freedom, ready for revenge. I really hope they don't ruin Gale in this movie. I do not remember the tar. Someone tell me where the tar is, what page or whatever. Prim is bittersweet. I love Prim, but we all know what's gonna go down. I don't like any scene with Corin because I know it's gonna go down there. This scene is... the hug, I haven't got there yet, but the hug with Peeta, it means so much to Katniss, and I know it means so much. Like, that scene, even though I like Gale, and I've never really cared for Peeta, I know a lot of people are gonna hate on me because of that, but I've just never ever loved Peeta. Like everyone else loves Peeta. I only found him really interesting when he was hijacked because he would do weird things. He was kind of just too pansy and believable to me. By pansy I mean kind of just like a weak pacifist, but then he kind of changes, and I understand that that might not be a bad thing, but he's too good. He's too kind-hearted, especially with everything going on. And it's not that I hate his character, I just don't really like his character that much. And so, but I know that when he's hijacked, even just hugging Katniss means a lot, and I liked that idea. One thing I love about these books is they didn't have to kill off the main characters. Main character. Like, Peeta and Katniss didn't die, but the Peeta and Katniss that we read about in the first books did die. The stubborn girl from District 12 is not the girl that ends up at the end. And the bread maker who is in love with the stubborn girl in District 12, and just their childlike innocence almost has died. Like, you could not read the first sentence Katniss and read the last sentence Katniss and see them as the same person. And I think that's real. And I understand that all these characters' deaths are meant to be real, but I don't want to feel real. Sometimes I read to escape reality, and just Finnick, I want him to have something more. I wanted his death, at least if he's gonna die, to have meaning, if that makes sense. And I want so many other people to have meaning, but it was so, like, I always make the joke that, like, Finnick got one page, but Katniss takes a whole chapter to talk about her leg waxing. It was like, he's taken from us too soon, which I understand completely, that is how the world is. That's how life works. Do any of you guys know if Delia's gonna be in this movie? I don't think she was in the first part. And do you think they're gonna add anything? I don't think there's much left, because I mean, they have like where they're gonna take back the Capitol and a few deaths and like killing Snow and Coin and setting up the new government, but there's not really much past that. So tell me what you think down below. If you disagree with me, if you agree with me, talk to me. I will see you later. Goodbye!